Maybe you tuned into this video because you've done some soul searching and came to the conclusion you can be a full-time woodworker. But just because you want to be a professional woodworker doesn't mean you should.
Seriously?
So before you waste countless hours, money, and sleepless nights, watch this video and decide, should you be a full-time professional woodworker? Hello fellow woodshopperoos, Stanton here for another episode of Just Plain Bored. Today's topic, should you be a full-time professional woodworker? You know, I have to admit, after 20 years of working with wood, I still love it every day. I mean, I walk out in the morning with the coffee mug in my hand, walk out to the shop and flip on the lights, and I look at my surroundings. I've already mentally prepared myself for the tasks involved and worked out the steps and even the flow before I even pick up a tool. But this doesn't mean that I'm going to have a successful career or even a successful day. Now, there's a lot of other steps that keep me in business more than just knowing my craft. So the 5 following tips will help you determine, should you be a professional woodworker? Number 1. What's the income of where you live? A good indicator of how successful you'll be in your town largely depends on where you live and the city's economy's conditions. If you live in a middle-class factory-working town or a rural farmer's town, supporting yourself as a woodworker can be a challenge. It's a good idea to see where you live if it's supportive of small local businesses. Or do they tend to support the large, big corporate mega stores? A town that supports the local arts, such as paintings, music, literature, and dance, well, it's a good indicator of how handcrafted woodworking will go over. Number 2, who's your competition? Your competition can be another fellow woodworker or that big mega box store. If the item you're planning to sell is small and simple, you could have others duplicating your work, thereby cutting into your market and your profits. If your item is too large, well, you can be undercut by that big mega box store. Knowing what you're going to sell and finding your niche, that's key. Number 3, do you build for yourself or for others? You can partner up with a contractor, a store owner, or even the homeowner and build the items that these people would be requesting. These types of jobs can range wildly from something simple to very complex. Your woodworking skills have to be highly refined for these types of jobs. Now, working with a contractor or a store owner means that they will be marking up your woodworking. It's hard to get paid top dollar for your work because they still need to make a profit and still be in that target price range, making it sellable to potential buyers. However, the upside is contractors and store owners, they usually send you reliable, steady work. Now, one point to keep in mind, if you're working with a contractor, he will be playing the middleman between the homeowner and you. Now, some contractors will let you talk directly with the homeowner. Just make sure you have a good relationship established with your contractor so no issues arise between you and the homeowner. However, building your own designs can be much more rewarding and you can work at the comfort zone and skill level that you're used to. You can also ask top dollar for your work because it's unique and one of a kind. However, the downside is it's harder to sell and promote your own work. People have such a variety of different tastes. Creating something that everyone finds appealing, well, that's just hard to do. 4, learn the laws and codes of where you live. Knowing how to work with wood, that's not all you need to be concerned with. Depending on what you're making and selling, it's good to find out if there's certain laws and codes that are reinforced for those items. Whether you're building a baby crib or a fireplace mantel, do your homework and find out what the laws and codes are where you live. This keeps you and others safe from potential errors. And as a professional, it's just the right thing to do. 5, image. Having business cards, a work shirt, and a good website, well, those are just the beginnings of a professional image needed to present to potential clients. As a licensed contractor and professional furniture maker, I do a large variety of jobs. The number one key for good image is do what you say you're going to do. From arriving on time to completing the job, keeping the client informed and keeping your word, that speaks volume. Other keys to a good image are having the right tools for the job. Completing a successful quality project largely depends on your tools and how you treat them. Keep them clean and working properly. Lastly, I would say for good image is the vehicle one drives. First impressions mean everything. If you pull up to a client's house in a rusted out family wagon, the homeowner will think you're not very serious about your profession. They could think that if a problem arises, well, you're not going to be there in the future. However, if you show up in a sports car or a decked out truck, they might be thinking you're overcharging them because all that money is going towards your hobbies. My advice, a simple, clean, modest truck or van will usually be a good impression. And keep in mind, your vehicle is your most used tool, so treat it well. So those are my 5 steps if you want to consider, should you be a full-time woodworker? Now, I'm thinking about doing a future video that will talk about the pitfalls and the rewards of what a small-time beginner woodworker can expect. So we'll see about that. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to write me at stantonfinefurniture@gmail.com, and I'll do my best to help you become a better woodworker. Well, on behalf of myself and Safety Dan, thanks for watching, and we want to remind you to go dance now, people.